It's more than today's food safety alert from the government we reported earlier that has Americans concerned about dangers from unseen germs. With recent reports of flesh-eating bacteria and drug-resistant superbugs, it's no wonder that in a CBS News poll out tonight, 2/3 of the people say they're more conscious of germs now than just a few years ago. And almost 40% say they avoid touching public surfaces to dodge germs. So how real is the danger? Tonight, meet the enemy. In part one of our scientifically based Eye on America series, Germ Warfare, reported by CBS News correspondent John Roberts.
It has germs on it.
Call it neurosis, call it phobia.
Sure that there are hundreds of germs being passed from this.
Call it good sense. America has a fascination, almost an obsession, with what we touch.
Doorknobs, turnstiles.
And what might be on it.
They're bacteria, they're viruses, they're fungi, and they're parasites, many of which can affect human beings.
Dr. James Hughes of the Centers for Disease Control says after several large infectious disease outbreaks in the past 4 or 5 years, people are right to be concerned.
For many years, I think people were fairly complacent about infectious diseases in this country. Well, the reality of the situation is that we haven't taken care of a lot of the problems.
So just what is out there facing people every day?
This will then pick up the bacteria that are present on this hole. So we'll just sort of wipe it down the way you would normally wipe down a surface with a sponge.
We asked Cornell University microbiologist Carl Batt to test various public surfaces in New York City. Batt's colleagues did the same in Lincoln, Nebraska and San Francisco.
Would people be surprised if they knew what was on surfaces that they touch day to day?
I can only hazard a guess. I mean, I assume that they would, because I don't think many people are very well aware of what types of bacteria can be on surfaces like this.
We tested 46 different surfaces, from payphones to handrails to door handles to ATM keypads.
This particular bacteria should not be sitting on an ATM machine in the middle of Manhattan.
What we found on that ATM was a toxic form of E. coli bacteria, similar to one that caused a deadly outbreak of food poisoning in the Northwest 4 years ago. It can cause stomach ailments and, in severe cases, kidney failure, leading to death.
E. coli is a normal inhabitant of feces of a number of different animals, including humans. And one can only imagine how that particular bacteria might have gone on an ATM machine.
And it wasn't just the ATM that was carrying disease. 50% of the surfaces we tested had at least one form of toxic bacteria on them.
This particular bacteria, Staph aureus, was found in a number of different payphones.
The Staph aureus bacteria found on this payphone in New York can cause anything from boils to respiratory infection.
It's possible to get sick from a payphone.
It's possible, very possible, to get sick from a payphone.
If Americans have become germ-phobic, they could be forgiven. The types of diseases that are passed by casual contact kill tens of thousands of people in this country every year and sicken millions.
And it's not just crowded urban areas like New York that pose a risk. Our tests of Lincoln, Nebraska showed that the heartland was no better off than New York. Staph aureus on a convenience store door and an ATM keypad, and a diarrhea-causing bacteria, Bacillus cereus, on a computer lab keyboard, drinking fountain handle, payphone, and ATM. In San Francisco, the situation was even worse.
On a single payphone in San Francisco, we found 3 different bacteria which can cause disease, symptoms that include skin infections, gastroenteritis, and vomiting.
With almost every touch, every breath, we come into contact with germs. So how do you protect yourself against disease? We'll check out some of the best methods and new products tomorrow. In New York, I'm John Roberts for Eye on America.